Hello, and welcome back to the shared space on YouTube, Natural Connection with a Shaman. I am your host, Shaman Odin Greywolf. So, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video, hit the notification bell to stay current with my uploaded videos. Anyways, today I want to play with some new tarot cards I got. So, first oracle I'm going to be using is the Divine Masculine Healing Oracle. This really stood out for me when I saw it in Sedona because you don't hear much about the Divine Masculine. And being a Divine Masculine, a person who is not only a healer of past and future selves, I am someone who guides my present self as well. I am my own guide. I am my own spirit guide, and I am my own healer of past versions of self. That's what a divine masculine does, is takes authority for, or takes accountability for their versions of self that need healing. So when I saw this deck, it really stuck out to me because all I ever really hear from our community is about the divine feminine, which is beautiful in nature, creative, artistic, natural, home, nurture, love, embrace, emotions. But there is a balance. Divine masculine is now time to step into effect. So I want to play with these tarot cards. I'm going to pull one oracle. Since this is a new deck, I don't have them memorized yet. So I'll pull one oracle, get right to the heart of today's reading, and then I will read the definition and we'll pull some cards off of that definition. So let's get started. Actually, you know what? Let's take a minute. We're going to do the breath of life. Okay, so what I want you to do is breathe 7 seconds in through your nose to your belly. It's really important that you breathe to your belly, not to your lungs on this part. Okay? And then when you exhale, or when you breathe in, you hold it in your belly for 3 seconds. And then when you exhale, imagine you're exhaling that air into your heart. So it's important to breathe in through the nose, to the belly, hold 3 seconds, exhale to the heart. And let's do that. Well, the messages we're going to be saying are: I love myself, I trust myself, I am enough, I honor myself, I value myself. You can repeat those, or I just spoke them for you if it's just easier for you to focus on your breathing. I completely understand that it is very hard for some people to meditate. So let's just repeat these words right now. This way it takes one less distraction away from you and your breath work. I love myself. I trust myself. I am enough. I honor myself. I value myself. Okay, so now we're going to breathe in for 7 seconds. Hold for 3. Exhale to the heart. And again. And one more time. Okay, now just breathe normally. Doesn't that feel good? See how easy we can come back to center? Doesn't take an hour meditation. If you can just bring yourself 3 breaths, whenever you feel like you have sporadic energy, anxiety, or confusion, remember these 3 breaths we just took. Only took a couple of seconds. It brings you back to center. I love myself. I trust myself. I am enough. I honor myself. I value myself. Write that down on Post-its. Put it up around your home. I do. It's helpful when you're in the midst of some kind of chaotic frenzy because you need to be here in 10, 15, 100 different places at once. And you turn to that specific corner that you have, or a specific door that you have a Post-it sitting next to on the wall. Remind you in those moments to take 3 seconds or 3 deep breaths to yourself and repeat those words. And now let's get into some Divine Masculine healing. All right, Divine Masculine Oracle. As I shuffle these cards, let me be the portal and vessel for the oracle that the viewer needs to see and hear at this time. Mm. Mm. Okay, and let's pull our card. Whoa, okay, I take it it's the one that flew to the notebook. We're going to look at bottom of the deck really quick. We've got Shuddhodana. Shuddhodana. And it's a father holding their child. A king. A king acts accordingly. A king has grace. A king is won over their impulse control. A king doesn't speak to be impressive. A king is very choosy with their words. 1 or 2 words can silence an entire army. 1 or 2 words can incite anger. 1 or 2 words can heal a family. 1 or 2 words can destroy a bond. Kings know to be choosy with their words. They're not wild and chaotic, screaming and yelling, throwing fits, producing false representations of masculinity, rage and anger. These are things of the unhealthy feminine traits inside of masculines. Bravery is very calm in nature, knows what it can do, knows what it's supposed to do, supports those they love, cares for those, and protects the children. So I don't know much about Shuddhodana. It's a brand new deck, but I love that image. This is a divine masculine. Love is a divine masculine. We have the Jade Emperor for our oracle. Another very silent, calm, in control energy. And in this image, it looks as if he's surrounded by chaos, but you don't see this emperor panicking. One with the storm. Let's get into this Jade Emperor. Page 98. 98, the Jade Emperor. Unresolved fears may be bubbling up inside of you. Nervousness is a part of the process that gets you out of your comfort zone, moving you toward growth. Use it to your advantage. In this image, we are shown the Jade Emperor, or Yu Huang. The heavenly grandfather is the supreme god of Chinese folk religion. According to Taoist mythology, he is the ruler of all heavens, ruling over more than 30 gods. It began when Hu Huang was born. A bright light emanated from him, filling up the kingdom after a long period of meditation. He became immortal and stepped into the role of helping people with their problems. Even though he was not a god, he visited their realm, where he came across a demon who had invaded heaven and defeated the gods. Although immortal, Yu Huang used his wits and bravery to conquer and overcome. He worked through his human limitations to transcend through action and move forward. After winning the battle with the demon, the gods were so grateful they decided to give Yu Huang the title of Jade Emperor, which earned him the position of the supreme ruler. As I was reading this, it as he worked through his human limitations. That's what the work of the Goetia is. Working through your human limitations to transcend through action and move forward. So, if you're unaware of your limitations, try owning some of your flaws. Try owning some of the things that, try working through the Goetia. Try diving into psychology. Do what fears you about you. Let me replace this word. Face what fears you, what makes you afraid, because of the fact that you simply know it's true about you. Face it, work through it, overcome it, and that is stepping into your divine masculine. Let's hear the Jade Emperor's message. Fear remains dormant until something triggers it. For example, you may have an underlying fear of planes, yet you won't feel that bubble up within you until you buy a plane ticket. Or if you fear intimacy, you probably go about your day without it being an issue until things start becoming deep in a dating scenario. The core of fear was always there, although it didn't come to the surface until you were faced with it, or until it became tangible, meaning in your reality. This is the same for things that make you feel nervous. It will take jumping out of your comfort zone and entering new heights to have nerves show themselves. As you venture out into uncharted territory, nervousness will likely be a feeling that arises within you. When you feel like a bundle of nerves and long to hide under a blanket with all your plans canceled, ask yourself, are you nervous or are you excited? Excitement and fear can present themselves psychologically in similar ways. Shifting your perspective to see That your passion and desire to be doing big things in this world is showing up as excitement will assist you in turning towards the feelings instead of running away. So I like that. Your passion and desire to be doing big things in the world is showing up as excitement, may not be nervousness. Psychologically, having an adverse reaction can feel extremely uncomfortable. When you have assessed the situation at hand and feel safe to conquer your nerves, remind yourself that discomfort won't hurt you. The things that excite you are an indication of something important. Your passions are worth the effort. People who do scary things regularly aren't fearless. They have become adept at the process. It's perfectly okay to be frightened. Just ensure you don't let it stifle the things that bring you joy. Making it a practice to do scary things will enhance your ability to show up for yourself. Channel nervous energy into forward momentum. Leverage your automated bodily responses to your advantage, harnessing adrenaline to propel you towards your passion. Excitement is good. Achieving something you didn't think you could is fantastic, and it leads you to feel more confident and comfortable in your own skin. The more you do this, the greater sense of sovereignty you will experience. Not bad. I like this one. So here we have what I was saying just from the imagery, right? Be calm. It's okay to be nervous and as you're doing new things. Maybe you're trying to accomplish something big. Do you know it's a very big accomplishment to work on impulse control? Impulse control is also one of those things that can help you work through fears, nervousness, excitement, and anxiety because just as much do you control your impulses when you are scared, nervous, or challenged, you must also calm your impulses when you're overexcited, overstimulated, or too happy. It's like this: a banker, um, Merrill Lynch bank at my bank. I was talking to him about some investments, and he's like, "The thing about it is if I'm really excited about doing something, I know that I need to wait at least a couple of days so that I can think about it. Because every time I've made an impulse investment, it was not a good investment." So take that with you. Let's pull some cards really quick and see what we got here. We're going to pull from my new deck, the Shamanic Healing Oracle, and then we'll pull some messages. Okay. 29 changes. Oh, changes in your past, present, and future. So we've got some time weaving right here. We've got changes going on throughout all your timelines, past, present, and future. This is telling me that the Norn sisters are present. The Norns in Nordic mythology are the weavers of the past, present, and future. Uld, Skuld, and Verdande. They're the ones who carve the fate of everyone's life into Yggdrasil, the world tree. So I'm excited to see what comes up with this changes card because it's going to affect all timelines. What did I say in the beginning of this reading? I'm going to read this really quick. I am both past and future versions of self, healing my past and guiding my present. I feel that love here within me in the present, which means I feel the love of my ascended self guiding this present version of self, and I feel the love of that past version, the very past version of myself, feeling loved by being healed by me. You see how that works? The message here is to maximize your time alone. It is sacred. Be more into your wild and free self. Do things your own way. Don't let others determine who you are. Accept and move forward. Decide which thoughts you resonate with and which thoughts are just thoughts. Before we get into changes, it's really important to understand this. It is okay to have thoughts. Thoughts are normal. Your mind is a super highway for all the collective subliminal garbage that goes on in society. Okay, to not have thoughts is to not have unwanted thoughts or intrusive thoughts is redundant. It's going to happen. To know the difference to which thoughts you choose, again, choose to resonate with, and hold on to those and allow the other thoughts to disappear just as quick as they come. That is how you become in control of your own mind. Okay? Recently, I was telling someone, you become the sum of the people you interact with, whether you know it or not. So choose who you interact with. Are they healthy? Are they on drugs? Are they always upset or angry? Are they always failing? Are they years into their life and have nothing going for them? You have to choose who you settle your energy with, because you become that version of those people. So take a look at the 5 people you interact with the most. What are they doing? Do you really want to be like those people? I had a big shock come to my mind last night when somebody said a 5-year plan. I thought to myself, is this something I really want to be doing 5 years from now in the future? So let's get into changes. 29. Like ripples from the smallest drop of water in a pond, the smallest of changes in one's life can bring about the greatest rewards. Think about changes you can make in your life. These do not have to be grand. Sweeping your floor changes. Oh, wait, these do not have to be grand, sweeping changes. But just simply sweeping your home creates change. You know that? Like, I had a very busy week and even busier weekend, and I have laundry and some organization, some dishes to put away. And if I were not, after this video, if I do not get that out of my way, little do you know it or not, that clutter subliminally implants in my mind chaos, and yours too. Chaos, negativity, messiness, and irrational thought process. It's true, look it up. So sweeping, cleaning up your home makes a difference. Judicious, small changes can add up to life changes after time. Think about small changes you can make now that will add to your quality of life. Clean out the clutter. Commit to walking every night after dinner. Cut out processed foods from your life. Alternately, big changes are coming your way. So some healing messages from your past, present, and future are big changes are coming your way, but you have to start making the little changes now. So I'm going to go back to this divine masculine. What do you have to face in your fear at this time to embody this? Do you have to strip a little bit of your ego? Do you have to get out of your own way? The present self is the healer of the past and is being guided by your future self. Do you know where you are in the future? Do you know where you want to be in the future? Set that intention now. Make the small changes. Post-it notes. Little things you can do to subliminally implant in your own mind positive changes. Working through the Ars Goetia. Journal in the morning. Enjoy and embody and demand your sacred space and sacred time. Collect yourself together and put yourself together the divine way, the way that's going to last a lifetime and leave back a legacy rather than a nightmare. So let's get into some messages here. I'm going to pull a couple of cards from these angel ancestor messages, and then we will see how this reading turns out. Divine Alchemist. Turn challenges into wisdom. You know, alchemy is a very ancient form of maturing yourself. Of course, it looks very appealing and it's very appeasing to the ego to think alchemy, magician. Well, guess what? Wolf leader. I just happen to be Gray Wolf. The power of community and family. Let me go back to this. Family is important. If you can't value family, you might want to check the community that you seat yourself with. Family is a treasure. It is a legacy. It is something to be cherished. The love of children and the sound of their laughter when they're at play is divine music to my ears. Spirit of the forest, nature's wisdom and healing. You might want to get out and do some grounding. When I say get out and do some grounding, I'm not talking about get out into nature and post as many pictures as possible for Facebook. Get out into nature somewhere where there's not people. I'm not saying take your local hiking trail that has 100 people going up and down at the same time as you. This doesn't mean that it has to be a safari. This doesn't mean that you have to climb Mount Everest to reach this. This could be a simple place somewhere where you can find solitude. Don't look at your phone. I prefer to choose places where my phone does not work. This way the monkey mind has no choice but to leave the phone alone. Soon as you're in nature and you can't use your phone and you can't listen to music and your mind has let all the thoughts fly out of your brain, something amazing happens. Your body becomes relaxed. Doesn't feel heavy anymore. Feels calm. It's soothing. You're not searching for answers anymore. You're not trying to entertain the monkey mind. You can hear the wind. This is grounding. This cannot be captured on a photo, posted in a meme, or even fully explained to you through this video. It's a chance for you to cleanse your body of all the toxins that naturally your soul collects as you live in the pinball machine. So take some of the Divine Masculine's advice, get out into nature by yourself without a phone, and ground until you find that comfort within. This is where you're going to find the true healing. Because when all that loud, chaotic bing, 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 chatter in your mind is gone, the softest, subtlest voice comes through, and it aligns you with what is really genuine in your life. Take that. This message was brought to you. This message was brought to you by your soul guardian. Protect your inner world. You know, with this soul guardian's message, protect your inner world, you can't allow everyone to trauma dump on you anymore. If people don't listen to that advice, then you have to change the people you interact with. If you say over and over and over to people in your life that this does not feel good to me, and they continue, well, there's something not healthy in that situation. No one should come to you and just overtly dump all of their stresses and drama and trauma onto you. You need to protect your inner worlds. Stop it right there. If it doesn't stop right there, turn around and leave. Get out of the situation. This is to protect your soul, protect your inner world. The more you do this, the less you're gonna have to go into nature. Now, I enjoy going into nature, but the more you choose where you allow your energy to be and what you allow to be projected onto you, the less you have to run for the forest, because you're demanding your energy be clean. You're demanding your inner world stay clean. You could be having a wonderful day, right? And then somebody come to you and just project something that they're angry and aggravated about. Let's just for fuck's sake, let's just say about politics. I personally could care less about either side. I don't care about politics. And if I'm in a good mood and somebody comes and projects their political beliefs on me, it has just polluted my good mood. And it is always done intentionally. It's almost like people enjoy interrupting your good energy. So learn to protect your inner worlds. I don't do politics. Sorry. Drum of battle. Awaken your fighting spirit. Sometimes you have to. This is really important for me. I have an anger issue. I know this. So I choose not to be around people that will eventually push me towards that anger issue. Because when I awaken my fighting spirit, many times in the past, it's not easy to turn off, and it's not a joke. But sometimes, in order to protect your energy, you must awaken that fighter back. Now, knowing that you are someone who faces your fear and has connected to your divine masculine, I've had an incident recently that pushed me to raise my anger. And as soon as the situation was over, I was very easily able to bring myself back to calm. There was no violence that came from it, just an outburst of, I was really pissed off at something ignorant someone had told me, had said. And that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. And I let my voice raise and charged out, but I did not choose violence. I spoke what I felt and I walked away. You may have to really protect your inner worlds. And if not, then you are going to have to demand your inner world be respected. Let's pull some angel numbers and then I'll get some tarot and we'll call this message done. Oh, okay. So I thought I was getting I guess this is going to be the message. The soul of the warrior, the fighting spirit of ancestral legacy. I was just talking about that. Your warrior spirit within is a gift passed down to you from your ancestors. You don't have to hide from this person. Many times, a kind person is spoken ill of after their temper has been pushed for too long. That one outburst is usually going to be the outburst that defines that person. That to me, I think is a good thing because you know what? If that one outburst defines me to a society, then those are not my people. Those are the people that push to the edge until that bubble bursts. But no one goes after those who subtly, quietly, behind the scenes push the buttons, who never take no for an answer, who gaslight and manipulate, speak things that only can be heard to you and them, and then change the stories in new crowds. Nobody looks at them. They look at the warrior who blows up. Sometimes that is your best gift because that could be the gift that separates you from a situation you don't belong in. Live a life of legacy. Legacy of a prophet, of the prophet. Wisdom left for the future. Do you know that the more you work on yourself and the more you bring yourself back into the divine masculine, mature version of self, the more you leave a legacy of good advice for those under your age, for your children, your grandchildren, for those who are having children, for your nieces, nephews, neighbors, cousins. Hell, you might be setting a good example for a terrible asshole who is ridiculous to his wife and children. You might be setting the mark by leaving wisdom down about things you've worked through. Because it sets the bar a little higher. No longer can excuses hold ground. When you mature, you demand those near you mature, or that is not where you belong. You go to levels where your wisdom is the norm. Okay? And it sets the bar for others. So that's how we heal others. That's the power of suggestion in the positive way, not the power of suggestion in the everyone follow the leader way. Power of suggestion where you set the example of healing the toxicity in your life makes those around you have to stand firm in their own toxicity and either heal it or be known for it. That's what I have for Legacy of Prophet. And then we have the Stormbringer. This may have brought some storms to your life. This is good. Are you going to allow it to destroy you? Or are you going to harness the power of that chaos? Let's get some angel numbers. Angel number 765, adaptability. You are flexible and capable of facing changes. Trust in your strength to navigate any challenges that arise. 765. Angel number 432. Healing frequency, grounding. You are reminded of the importance of staying grounded and centered amidst life's ups and downs. Connect with your inner strength and stability, finding peace and balance within yourself. So, after this video, find a way to ground and find center. Listen to some 432 hertz frequency healing, and let this message resonate to you how it needed. This was a Divine Masculine Healing Oracle reading and shamanic medicine, shamanic healing reading. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're a new viewer, share this video with your friends if you think this video can be of importance to someone in your life that could use this healing. And if you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. And I will turn on your notification bell so that every time I post something new, it goes right to your phone or device. And stay connected. Thank you. And I'll leave my website. I've been forgetting about this. I'll leave my website in the description below, where you can book readings, personal readings with me, birth chart, astrology, tarot, oracle, or just spiritual intuitive guidance. That is www.shamangraywolf.com. That's gray spelled with an A, Gray, wolf. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time. Take care.